Morning all of you, my dear students. Today's class is difference between reflexive pronoun, difference between reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. That is the class today, my dear students. Please listen carefully. This emphatic pronoun is a personal pronoun. I have explained you in one video. I explained you the importance of the reflexive pronoun. Today the main topic is difference between. Students may be confused in the sentence which is the reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. It is also called intensive, intensive, intensive pronoun. It is also called intensive pronoun or emphasizing pronoun. Emphasizing pronoun. It is also called emphasizing pronoun, my dear students. And next, please listen to me carefully. The difference, at first we must understand to use the reflexive pronoun. If you know the reflexive pronoun clearly, you should understand. If you understand, and when do we use reflexive pronoun, and when do we use emphatic pronoun? You should understand, my dear students. And here we use reflex. First of all, we will discuss a brief discussion on the reflexive pronoun. We use reflexive pronoun when the subject and the object in a sentence the same person, subject object or same thing. It is the definition. Through the example I will explain you. And then what is that meaning? It is all. What is the meaning of that one? This means that the doer of the action is also the receiver of the action. Receiver, doer, same person. That is the reflexive pronoun. When do we use? The action does not pass from one person or one thing to another person or another thing. Doesn't pass from one person to another person, from one thing to another thing. You should understand, but it reflects back to the same person. Reflects back to the same person. Reflect back to the same person. For example, for instance, I washed myself before dressing. The subject is I here, and the object is myself. Object is myself. Both I, myself. I washed myself. Sorry. In this case, the word myself is reflexive pronoun. For example, she always talks to herself. For example, she always talks to, preposition here, herself. One more example. When she was alone, When she is alone, she always talks to herself. She talks herself. When she is alone. In the sentence, she is the subject and herself is the object, which means that she, both the doer of the action and the receiver of the action same. That means she always talks to herself when he is alone. He is not talking to anybody else. This means that the word herself is a reflexive pronoun. The word herself is a reflexive pronoun, my dear students. If you understand the reflexive pronoun, it is easy to understand the emphatic pronoun. For example, we say, I cooked the meal myself. I cooked the meal myself. I cooked the meal. Meal is the object. It is not a objective. Here the subject, verb, object. This means that I cooked the meal alone without any help from anybody else. Without any help. I did it in my own. Nobody helps me. I cooked the meal myself. It is emphatic pronoun, not a reflexive pronoun. In the object place, the meal is there. If the reflexive pronoun, it must be in the object. This is the difference. This is one difference, my dear students. Please listen to me very carefully. And my dear students, you should understand the reflexive pronoun are, what are the reflexive pronouns? Reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, and herself, itself, and oneself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Why do we confuse the students? Here, both emphatic or intensive pronouns and reflexive pronouns, same words repeated, but the usage, the position of that pronoun may be changed. That is only difference. Same words functions as a emphatic pronouns. I will explain easily about the reflexive pronoun. In abstract sense, we could say it is like a mirror effect. Mirror effect. When we look into a mirror, what did happen? Our own image is reflected. Our own image is reflected back at us. We see ourselves, not someone else. This is the reflexive pronoun. This is the example. In this case, grammatically, we are doing the action to ourselves, not someone else. The action is reflected back. The reason student confuse. Why? Because the reflexive pronouns with the emphatic pronouns, they are same words. However, they are not used in the same way. They are not, emphatic pronouns are not used in the same way. Reflexive pronoun must be in the object place. You should understand, my dear students. And then, the emphatic pronoun. We will discuss emphatic pronoun. If you understand the reflexive pronoun, we will discuss emphatic pronoun. Emphatic pronoun or emphasizing pronoun. It is also called emphasizing pronoun. It is used to emphasize who does the action in a particular sense. Who does the action? Who does the action? For example, Jairam did his homework. Homework is an object. What did he do? Homework. Jairam did his homework. Jairam did his homework. What happened? Himself. That means himself is an emphatic pronoun. There is no object place reflexive pronoun. It is not it is an emphatic pronoun. Jairam did himself. Jairam did homework himself. In the object place, homework is there. That means what is the meaning of this sentence? Jairam did his homework. It means that he did his homework and not someone else. No one can do. He is only the person Jairam. He did his homework. We are emphasizing the fact. That is more important. That he was the person who did homework, not somebody else. Jairam the person. We are emphasizing the fact. For example, if we say we completed the project ourselves. We completed the project ourselves. The project is the object place. Completed verb is this one is subject. Ourselves. We completed the project ourselves. It means that we did, not someone else. That is the important. We can see clearly the difference between emphatic and reflexive pronoun. That goes from the subject to object in a reflexive pronoun. But the object is not the same person or thing as the subject. The action does not reflect back. In emphatic pronoun, the object is not same person. In emphatic pronoun, the object is not the same person or thing as the subject. Subject and object are not the same person, same thing. The action does not reflect back to the doer. Does not reflect in the emphatic pronoun. Sometimes you put the word by before emphatic preposition. By is also used. Before emphatic pronoun to give the meaning alone. By, alone. It comes after by. Before emphatic pronoun, the preposition by is there. And sometimes we are using the sentence. That is the, for example, it is to say she drew the picture. For example, draw, drew, drawn. She drew the picture. She drew the picture herself. Herself is emphatic pronoun. It means that she did it alone, without any help. The object is the picture. Subject is she. Drew is verb. Herself is emphatic pronoun, not a reflexive pronoun. Although the reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns are the same words, they are used in a completely different way. The easiest way to tell the difference between the two is if the subject and the object are the same person or thing, they are reflexive pronoun. It is understand the subject and the object, same person, it is a reflexive pronoun, subject and object. Otherwise, it is a emphatic pronoun. If not, then that is a emphatic pronoun. That is more important, my dear students. Emphatic or intensive pronoun, emphatic or intensive or emphasizing pronoun is a personal pronoun. We use it to explain the action by the noun without anyone help. Action by the noun. An emphatic pronoun cannot be used as a subject. They are placed immediately after a pronoun or a noun, immediately in some occasions in sentence, which they emphasize. We don't use these as the object of a verb. For example, I, subject is there, I myself did it. This is emphatic pronoun. This sentence gives the information that I did it. I did not take any help. And I did it. That is the emphasize. Emphasize or intensify. Emphasize or intensive pronoun. Why? Because what is the meaning of intensive? Giving force or emphasis, very great in degree, having very strong feeling. We emphasize. That is why intensive pronoun it is also called. That is the meaning. I myself did it. This sentence gives the information that I didn't take anyone help and I do it. I did it. For example, I myself can write an article in the newspaper. I myself, it follows the subject. And noun or a pronoun. Immediately, emphatic pronoun is placed immediately after a pronoun or a noun. This is emphatic pronoun. For example, he himself attended the meeting. He himself attended the meeting. He himself attended the meeting. No one can force him. He himself broke. He himself broke the window pane. She herself fallen. For example, she herself has taken care of her children. He herself has taken care of her children, her kids. We ourselves had gone to a picnic. We ourselves. These are all emphatic pronouns. Have gone to a picnic. They themselves clean the premises. They themselves clean the premises. No one can help. She will do it herself. They cooked these cakes themselves. These are the emphatic pronouns of the examples. So many examples are there. The use of emphatic pronoun refers back to another noun or pronoun in the sentence to emphasize it. For example, the queen herself attended the party. The queen, Q-U-E-N, herself attended the party. The queen herself attended the party. The queen in the noun being emphasized, it is called the antecedent queen. It is called antecedent of emphatic pronoun. It comes before the emphatic pronoun, the noun or a pronoun. When used for emphasis, a word like herself is called a emphatic pronoun. And one more thing is you should understand. I heard, H-E-R-D. I heard, lie is an object. I heard a lie. Myself, the emphatic pronoun myself emphasize that I heard the lie. I heard the lie myself. For example, the cat opened the door itself. The cat opened the door itself. This is emphatic pronoun, itself. but it does not come immediately after the noun. After the object it came. The cat opened the door itself. It is emphatic pronoun. Object is the door. That is the minister. For example, the minister himself made the announcement. The minister himself made the announcement. This is the emphatic pronoun. The usage, the emphatic pronoun usually comes after a noun. If you feel difficulty to find whether a pronoun is emphatic or reflexive, how to just remove the pronoun from the sentence. If it still makes sense, even though you remove the pronoun, it makes sense. The pronoun was emphatic. If you remove the pronoun, it does not give sense. It is a reflexive pronoun. For example, if it does not, it was a reflexive pronoun. For example, he killed himself. If you remove the reflexive pronoun, he killed what? There is no sense. It is a reflexive pronoun. If you remove the reflexive pronoun, what will happen? It does not give the meaning, full sense. Remove the pronoun himself, we will get the he killed. Does it make complete sense? He killed? No. If it does not so, the pronoun was reflexive pronoun. That is the reflexive. That is the easy way to find out the reflexive pronoun or the emphatic pronoun, my dear students. And then a reflexive pronoun acts as the object of the transitive verb. If you remove some, meaning will be lost. Some meaning will be lost. For example, Soumya herself told me that she was going abroad. Foreign country. Soumya herself told me that she was going to abroad. If you to remove the emphatic pronoun herself, Soumya told me that she was going to abroad. If you remove some meaning will be, if you remove that pronoun herself from the sentence, does the sentence still make a sense? Yes, it gives sense and meaning. If you remove that, Soumya told me that she was going abroad. An emphatic pronoun merely puts an emphasis on a noun or a pronoun. It can be removed without any causing ungrammatically. It is grammatically right, even though you remove the emphatic pronoun. Soumya told me that she was going to abroad. If you remove the emphatic pronoun, it is not ungrammatical sentence. It is a grammatical sentence. An emphatic pronoun is merely puts an emphasis on a noun or a pronoun only. That is the function of the emphatic pronoun. And then difference between reflexive and emphatic pronoun. A pronoun reflexive, if the subject reflects upon the doer. Emphatic pronouns on the other hand are used just to emphasize, only emphasize, just to emphasize or intensive the action of the subject. You must blame yourself for the loss. For example, I myself spoke. I myself spoke to the headmaster. This is the emphatic pronoun. You must blame yourself for the loss. That is the reflexive pronoun. For example, I myself I myself spoke to the headmaster. If you remove the myself, I spoke to the headmaster. Grammatically correct. It immediately follows the pronoun. This is emphatic pronoun. This is the explanation of the emphatic pronoun. My dear student, you should understand. And for example, I closed the store on Saturday myself. For example, last example I will give you. I closed the store on Saturday. On Saturday myself. This is emphatic pronoun. I closed the door. The store is a object of the verb. Myself, that means I did not have any employee to do it, to close the store. That is the emphatic pronoun. This is the difference between emphatic pronoun and reflexive pronoun. Okay, thank you all of you. I hope you should understand clearly. Thank you everyone. Goodbye.